I'm Caroline, one of the directors of Deeds and Words. One of the things that we often explore with our clients is the ideas of authentic and inclusive leadership.
My name is Ruth and I'm one of the directors of Deeds and Words. Inclusive leadership often gets called all sorts of different things. Equality, diversity, inclusion, I think there's belonging.
We often talk about inclusive leadership and inclusion and inclusive practice in the work that we do.
When we're asked to think about inclusive leadership or inclusive practice, we're talking about creating an environment for every single member of staff to be able to share different things about themselves in order to do a better job.
The wonderful work of Amy Edmondson has taught us that people need to feel included and psychologically safe enough to be able to challenge, in spite of or sometimes because of the hierarchies that are in place. If people feel that they are not psychologically safe enough to challenge, especially if people are more senior to them, then they are not going to take the risk of saying when they think something is about to go badly wrong. So people need to feel psychologically safe enough. Inclusive leadership requires people to do something positive and active. It requires awareness that people might not feel safe enough to challenge. It requires awareness of our own power.
I know that sometimes, certainly in the House of Lords, when I'm younger than most, gayer than most, woman but not quite woman enough, I'm acutely aware of my identity in those situations. Inclusive practice means acknowledging the difference I hold and encouraging me to be able to bring that to bear. I am a better member of the House of Lords because I am able to draw on my experience as a lesbian than if I kept it to one side.
What we're talking about here is building the kind of culture that makes it more likely for people to say if they think something is going to go wrong, if they think that you're about to make a mistake. So inclusion can save you from making mistakes.
I also know that there are people who don't obviously come from a protected characteristic background who also have a different perspective. So, for example, the man who went to school and was on free school meals and didn't go to university and learnt how to work with computers by building a computer in his bedroom has something interesting and unique to share about that background and that experience. Inclusive practice, inclusive leadership means enabling lots of different people to bring their different perspectives to bear and levelling the playing field for those who might not feel that same level of safety.
It requires awareness of us knowing that sometimes it's the smallest things that we can do that make people feel able to say something that otherwise they'd have held back. Those small things might be as simple as saying hello to people in the morning. It might be as simple a thing as asking, is there something you'd like to say at this stage? It might be something very small. It doesn't have to be a massive act. If people feel able to bring their challenge, be able to bring their perspective, be able to use their expertise to inform decision making, that is going to be the most effective workplace you can have. If you think some of these ideas might be interesting to you and your team, do get in touch. We'd love to talk to you more about it.